Hi guys, my name is Artur Dini Santos, and I was in a group that worked together to create the film opening Footsteps. I worked alongside Diogenes Mazadra and Alejandro Caranque to create a thrilling film. We began 7 weeks ago when our group first met up to decide what our film opening was going to be about. We had a vague idea that we wanted to do something that related to a war veteran who suffers from a severe case of PTSD. After deciding on our idea, we did a lot of research on not only PTSD, but veterans who suffered from it after a war. After countless of hours of research, we finally got a better idea of how to portray the symptoms of PTSD. When we had made our decision final on what we wanted to create, we had to come up with ways to portray all of our research into this film. We met up again a week later and created some scenarios that we thought were good. We had decided on doing a flashback of the veteran after the war from the very moment where it now triggers his PTSD in the film. However, our teacher gave us some time in class to have a peer review session, and the group I was in gave us some good feedback and some more ideas, which we thought were good, and we had changed to one of ideas after this. But we then went back to our original idea as we believed we had a better idea and more to create on how to make it a more powerful scene. A typical genre convention of a thriller is the sense of anxiety. In our film, we try to create some stress on the audience by leaving them on the edge of their seats, trying to figure out what is going to happen next. In the beginning of the film opening, our main character, Lieutenant Harvey, was disengaged with the audience. He showed very few signs of life based off the way he was looking around the place and how he had his head down a majority of the time. With this dead look of his, the audience begins to feel sorry for him and therefore creates a connection with him. One way we challenge the convention of a thriller is that we decided to use natural colors rather than using the typical dark colors and shades. We believe that the one way that we would be able to stand out was if we were able to challenge the typical ideas. Therefore, we used the natural colors instead of the typical dark, black, brown, all that. We thought that the film would be better if we used as much light as possible and used natural sunlight. Therefore, we filmed during the day and where it gets as much light. Our film opening represents a lot of issues that the world faces today in the sense of PTSD. Thousands of people across the world suffer from PTSD, not only from wars, but also from everyday things such as car accidents. We hope that our film not only entertains the audience, but also raises awareness to the issue of PTSD and what people have to go through on their day-to-day basis. Many people can relate to this film opening as they could have family and or friends who suffer from PTSD. We believe that this film engages with our audience as PTSD is a common disorder within families. The film can relate to these people who know of someone who suffers from PTSD, as they will know some of the symptoms as well as be able to know what he is going through. We created this film to be a serious topic and hope that it would be shared across multiple media platforms such as social medias and local theaters. The issue of PTSD is very common, and we hope that since it is common, it entices people to want to watch it and learn a little bit more about PTSD, and they'll be able to entertain themselves while watching. We hope that the audience becomes attached to Lieutenant Harvey and are able to sympathize for him and see how serious and real this issue really is. I feel as if not only my production skills improved, but my entire group's as well. Throughout the entire project, we used the different angles and camera shots that we learned throughout the school year and did some extra research on the camera shots to be able to use them properly in our film. In the beginning of our film, we started out with me being the main actor and Diogenes was going to film it. However, that did not work out really well. So Alejandro thought it was a better idea if we switched roles, and I would become the cameraman while Diogenes would be the main actor. We believe that this improved our film a lot. I believe that the more you practice something, the better you get. So by just being able to use what we researched into practice, it improved our abilities a lot. We went through multiple takes and drafts, which each time improved our skills a little more than the last. The use of technology played a pivotal role in our film opening. As I mentioned in one of my blog posts, we used a camera that my dad allowed me to borrow which I feel helped improve the quality of the film. Alejandro was the editor of our film, and he decided to use the website wevideo.com to be able to edit it. And it was a lot more simpler, as we have been using WeVideo throughout the whole year, so we had extra practice on it.